So we got about a quarter size chip out of there, much bigger than that, and the repair kit won't work. So the first thing you do, you want to make sure it's nice and clean around it. Then you want to take something like a push pin or your straight razor. If there's any loose glass in it, you want to get that out first. Make sure you get it as clean as you can. So the next step is you take your first adhesive pad. You pull the white side off, that's the windshield side. You'll notice that the pad has a tab. You want that to go towards the top of your windshield. So you want the center of the pad at the center of the chip. So put that on nicely. Apply some pressure to make sure it's down and sealing well. Ideally it will cover all of the crack, so then you get good coverage. So remove that patch. It's a little bit sticky. So you remove that patch. So it's now ready for the pedestal. So you'll notice the pedestal, it also has a tab on the top. So you line that up in the middle of the pedestal with the middle of your patch. Try to get that lined up as best you can. You apply that, put some pressure, make sure it's sealed as well as you can reasonably tell. So once that's all well set up, you've got your package of resin. The instructions are initially to put 3/4 of the resin in the top, save the other quarter for later on in the process. So careful when you're opening this. Might be a better tool than a straight razor, but do it carefully. So apply approximately 3/4 of this into the pedestal. As best as you can tell. It's hard to tell when you've got 3/4, but putting the plunger on, make sure it's all the way down. So the first step is you're creating a vacuum. So make sure you have a good seal there and pull it out all the way. And there's a clip, and you'll set it on the bottommost clip setting. That'll create a vacuum that will essentially pull all the air out of the bottom of the crack. After that, you let it set for 10 minutes. At the end of 10 minutes, so at 10 minutes is done, you pull your plunger out, you get some air in there. It's currently at the bottom plunger setting. So you put it back on, and now you're going to create pressure instead of negative pressure before, and you put it down to the next setting, which is essentially going to act as pressure to force some of that resin back into the crack. Once you have that done, you let it sit for another 20 minutes until the next step. The next step after your 20 minutes, you use your razor blade to gently remove the pedestal and the attaching point. Yeah, and remove this as well. It should, with the tab, essentially it can help you peel it away. So once you have that off, try to clean off any of the excess resin. Then you take your last little bit of resin in your tube, you apply a dimple to the center of your crack, you put the UV filter on over top, use your razor blade to try and remove any bubbles from the center, and then you let it set for about 30 minutes before the next. So just taking the UV filter off, so It's not perfect, and they don't claim it's going to be, but the theory is that hopefully it should prevent it from spreading or cracking further or getting water getting in it. So it does look a lot better than it did, and hopefully it's good to go. Thanks.
So you want to park your windshield facing the sun for the best results to help the process.